Alright guys, welcome to my quick, hopefully quick, unboxing and review and probably a bit of testing of my new Corsair Vengeance 1500. If you did watch the previous review, it'll probably be linked below. I reviewed the Rocat Cave, which is a pretty big and beefy headset. It's pretty heavy, and the reason I went back today and changed it for this was because it wasn't comfortable. It was digging into the top of my head, and it also there is one of those USB, you know, the way it's a 5.1, it's a real 5.1, so I had a USB cable which also had a sound card with all these interchangeable things with the volume control and everything, and apparently according to people that was of pretty bad quality, so it gave off a low static noise, which was actually only you could only hear it when you had no sound on. Like for example, if you had no music or no video or no games on. Whereas if you had music on, it was actually pretty good. It sounded pretty nice, but it just drove me mad. And the main reason actually that I brought it back was after about an hour or two of wearing it, top of my head was starting to get pretty sore. I can still feel where the headset was actually lying, because it was pretty heavy, and of course the pad on top wasn't that great. So let's pretty much get into this. I'll use my little letter opener and we'll drive on with this little unboxing. Hopefully I'll get it done much faster than the previous one, because that one took quite a while. There isn't that much stuff to look at here. My little samurai sword. Yeah. Anyways, let's open this up. There isn't really that much packaging here. It's a pretty basic packaging, you could just say, because you know, not the most expensive of headsets. It's not like, you know, a Razer Megalodon or whatever the hell you pronounce it as, where you get a massive package and you get all this cool stuff in it. But it is a pretty cool looking headset. So I'll just grab it out here for starters. There is nothing in the box other than the actual headset. Oh, there is a little booklet down here actually. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's probably the guarantee or... Oh geez, there's a lot of stuff in it. It's all rolled up. I don't really like this. This is really strange. I don't know if this was opened in the shop before or something and they put it back. Alright, so this is a warranty guide, and there's two booklets. What the hell's the other one? Oh, never mind. It's just a warranty guide. So put that away. Warranty against defects. That's for Australian customers. I'm not Australian. Then there is go to corsair.com/vengeance 1500 to download the software. Okay, so that's for software. And stop. Do not return this product to the store. Why would you not return this product to the store if it is broken? I will do just that if it's not working properly. So okay. From the very beginning of this, I'm not quite sure what this is also. I really do like the headset look. It does look quality. It feels a lot more solid than the Cave. I mean, the Cave was very heavy and it was pretty solid, but this just feels so much more sturdy. I also really like the top of this. It's really soft, so hopefully it's not going to hurt my head like the Cave did. The opening for the ear is actually quite a lot bigger as well. I'm not quite sure, you can't really see that. It's all black, so it's very difficult to show this on camera, but it's a pretty big, you know, area for the ear. And let's see what it looks like when it's actually on somebody. The way I see it, as you can see here as well, the sideways kind of view, this is kind of arched upwards. This is going to ensure that the headset is here and not back here and sitting crookedly and hurting your head. So we'll put this on. Adjust it to my size roughly. Quite a comfortable headset, I gotta say. It is open ear, yeah, you can definitely hear outside it. And I gotta say, it's pretty comfortable. Apparently this thing also has memory foam, so that's, yeah, it does have memory foam, so you can actually see that well, you can't see, but actually you can see the little bend there. It stays depending, so if you wear this for, you know, a few days, then it will end up, you know, starting to kind of adjust to your head and staying like that, so it stays more comfortable. Now the microphone, unfortunately, on this is not detachable as far as I see, but it seems a bit more sturdy. It kind of bends as well. Obviously, all microphones kind of bend these days. The mouthpiece is kind of silverish. I do like the whole silver look on it. It is pretty nice. But I gotta say that it feels a little bit more sturdy. Now the top of it is kind of bendable, but I'm assuming that's intentional, so you can, you know, have a bit more customization with it. And I do like the way these can kind of go up onto the front like that. Like, you know, they're completely bendable to the sides, which is a pretty cool thing. Also, the cup kind of moves by itself. I'm trying to kind of separate them out. You can see there that the cup moves for more kind of variation on how, you know, what different size or shape head you have. I also like that you can, I'm assuming you could this hide, yeah. I thought that, I was just checking if this will actually end up getting in the way if you hide it in here. So it does feel pretty good, it looks pretty good. And the cable also, I like this about the cable. It is one of those braided cables. It is pretty thin, so I'm not really a big fan of that. I don't really like thin cables because they just feel like they're gonna break on me any second. Just trying to untangle it. But let's take out the rest of it. It's kind of half undone here, but I'm assuming that's from shaking or whatever, because I did just have this thing lying on in my car and not secured or anything. It's like there's just one knot in here. I don't know how that happened. But okay, so we have a pretty long cable. I'm not sure how long this is. I'm gonna quickly grab the box, hopefully get you a bit of info. Frequencies are the same as the Cave. It is 20 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz. Impedance 32 ohms at 1 kilohertz. Not really familiar with all these things. Dynamic range 95 decibels, if any of you are into this kind of stuff. Drivers, 50 millimeter drivers. Cable length 3 meters. USB power consumption 1/4 of a watt. It's 250 milliwatts. Connector USB type A, so it's a 2.0, I'm assuming. Microphone unidirectional noise cancelling, so it'll noise cancel from outside and inside. Condenser, not really sure what exactly that is, don't remember. Frequency response 100 Hertz to 10,000 Hertz, and sensitivity minus 44 decibels. Requirements: Windows 7, Vista XP, and a connector USB connector, and pretty much every computer these days has one of them. Now, again, I do like the look of it. I don't really, not a big fan of this whole, the actual cup kind of looks a bit strange, but I do love this finish with the silver kind of side. It is, I think it's made out of plastic. Anyways, it's most certainly not metal, unless, you know, it could be aluminium that it's so light, but it does kind of feel plasticky because it's not cold at all. But I'm not 100% sure. It is pretty light, so I'm assuming that there's a lot of plastic involved other than, you know, metal. It's a lot lighter than the Cave anyways. So basically the braided cable, you also have this thing in line with the braided cables, which I'm assuming is either the sound card built into it, or this is just the remote control and the sound card is actually in the headset itself. So obviously there's the controls here. I think this will probably light up as well. It kind of suggests that this will light up at the sides, and there's a microphone mute button. Now there's no mute button for the headset, which is kind of a downside because the Cave did have that, and I really like that actually about it. And the cable is 3 meters. It's all tied up here, USB connection, and that's pretty much it for the unboxing. It was again kind of long. I do like to take my time with these things, so I'll go ahead and I'll do a few tests with the microphone, and then I'll tell you how it feels like after about a day worth of gaming. Not 24 hours, but I mean, you know, 2-3 hours of gameplay. See how the comfort is and see how the sound is. So I'll see you guys in the next part. Okay, so this is part 2 of the test. As you can see, I'm recording with the mic now. I think there is a bit of a static hiss in the background, which I guess wouldn't be too bad if I had something in the background, but then again, it is still there, and unfortunately for a €125 headset, I know it costs a lot less in America and such, but getting shit in Ireland is a lot more expensive than other countries. I think that it's, you know, a bit disappointing for the fact that this thing has a bit of a sound card installed, and I actually realized that it's actually in this thing. As I predicted, this thing actually lights up. It's both of them are blue. These are the volume controls, and also the mute button does this. So as you can see, it does end up turning red, and it was flashing for some reason as well. I'm not quite sure why it would flash. It was flashing a minute ago when I was testing it. And overall, I think it's a pretty cool headset. So far, so good. I compared the sound to music in comparison with my old Plantronics headset, and I gotta say, it absolutely demolishes this headset. I mean, the Vengeance demolishes the Plantronics one. It's louder, it's clearer, there's more bass. Everything is positive. My dog is shouting there. You can probably hear that on the mic. But there you go. It's a good test to see how much of the background noise it's actually going to be blocking out. So I'll go on to play it for, I don't know, play with it for like an hour or two, see how it works with comfort and such. That is the end of part 2. So see you guys in the next part. Okay, so this is going to be part 3 of the test. As you can see, I'm back with the normal microphone that I usually use. I've used the headset for about, I would say, 24 hours almost now. Obviously not 24 hours back to back, but I bought it about 24 hours ago. And the results are actually pretty impressive. I do really like the headset. I will probably end up keeping this one as opposed to the Roccat Cave. Now, there's a few differences with it, and they're pretty important ones now. The band at the top of the headset, absolutely ridiculously comfortable. I've had this thing on for, I don't know, probably 6 hours today, just today, because I was listening to music and everything, and it's still perfectly comfortable. The ear cups sit very, very comfortably onto your head. You already heard the quality of the mic. There is a bit of a hiss, so I will not be using it. I'll still be using my normal desktop mic, which I'm using right now for this sound. What else is there? Oh, another thing is, compared to this headset, the Corsair Vengeance 1500 is ridiculously loud because there's a sound card involved in the actual remote. So it is my fault, but I listened to it a bit too loud yesterday, so it did end up giving me a bit of a headache. Because, you know, you have these huge speakers. Like, hold on, do I have a ruler around here? I do. Yeah, being a student, you have everything on your desk. 5 centimeters. That's how big one of the speakers is. Like, if you compare that to an AA battery, yes, I have batteries on my desk. Like, they're quite big speakers to have right next to your ear, you know. Having it a bit too loud, which is what I actually ended up doing, because, you know, I usually have my sound up pretty high, but then I didn't realize that it's a lot louder than my old headset. It can cause you headaches and all this kind of stuff, so you have to kind of moderate how loud you listen to it. But overall, I definitely recommend this headset way over the Roccat Cave. I mean, the fact that the Roccat Cave has so much, you know, hiss, as well as the fact that, you know, it hurts the top of your head. Like, that's two of the most important things of headsets. You know, you want to have a good mic. It didn't have that impressive of a mic. It was a bit better than this one. I have to say, the mic on the Roccat was better than this, but for that kind of money, I don't think so. The sound wasn't great because there was a lot of hiss coming off that thing, yeah, that's pretty much it. I did like the way the remote control was for the other one, though. I mean, you know, you have the rotating thing, you have the mute button, which is actually one thing that I think this headset really misses. It doesn't have a mute button for the speakers in the headset. That would be really awesome, because the new one actually does. Sorry, the Cave did have those, but you can't ask for everything. I suppose the fact that this doesn't hiss. Now, there is a bit of a hiss as well. I recognize that, or sorry, I noticed that, and the reason I think is because having a USB sound card implemented into a headset kind of just causes the hiss. It's just on this headset, it's barely noticeable unless you really like just sit there and you carefully listen to it, like really, really carefully. So I'll end it here. I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what you think. If you ever plan on getting a decent headset and you don't want to get some of that overpriced Razer stuff, then this is the headset for you. I'm not bashing on Razer, but like, for example, their mice, I don't like their mice. They feel cheap, they feel weak, they feel very flimsy to me. So I just don't like the Razer mice, even though I haven't used some of the very, very, very high-end ones, only the mid-range to high ones. I saw there was, I think the Razer Orca or something like that. It's a green headset. The sound on that was pretty poor, to be honest, and the thing costed like €80 for a headset that I wouldn't pay 40 for. So the only thing was it did look cool because it had this neon green look. But yeah, so this is probably the better headset that I would recommend out of the Roccat Cave and the Corsair Vengeance 1500. So I'll end it here anyways. I'll see you guys in whatever video you watch next. Thanks for watching.